I like to read the story of the hologram while I'm driving. I just saw a truck, Rubicon, a Jeep, Rubicon, Walmart. Mad, but I went to college with somebody who lives there. Guardian. So you unfold it as it spirals out, you see some truth. Had a policeman, so I really had to stop for a second. The police. The signs are everywhere, and it's a fractal hologram, so what's happening here is happening in other places, and you just unfold the storyline and you kind of see what's going on in reality. Got another policeman. Two police. The police is the law, blue letter law, right? Cloudy skies. Freight, U-Pack. Moving truck, clogged drain. I definitely can't wait to get back to the rideshare because it keeps my. I'll probably do it tonight, late at night. I gotta go home and take a nap though. There's a truck that's carrying a bunch of vehicles, right? Transporting vehicles. So you got a moving truck and somebody who's transporting vehicles. Two policemen on the highway that you don't see that close, usually that close. Regular police cars, not sheriffs, but police. Usually a policeman only gets on the highway for a minute and gets off on the exit, but these two guys have been on the highway for a long period of time. There's another truck carrying cars. So that's two policemen, two trucks transporting vehicles. And the word vehicle, what is vehicle? If you unfold vehicle, auto. Look at that. I don't know if vehicle is kind of like a conduit, a vehicle to get you somewhere, right? So a piece of conduit is like a channel. What is the vehicle that you need to get you to your destination? So they're transporting a vehicle, which is also a transportation device. So you're transporting a transportation device. Transport. That other video I was talking about teleporting. Each moment is a teleportation. So I saw two of these trucks, one going this way, one going the other way. What is going on? Across port. Plumbing. Across portal. Across, A is the blood, cross, port. The cross is the portal to the other side, the spirit realm, right? So you got to go through the cross, the blood of his cross, across port. So transportation is across port, cross over. The blood of his cross is how you cross over to the other side to be born again. The Lamb slain before the foundation of the world. So for this place to even exist, that cross had to be there. The blood of his cross had to be there for this place to even exist. Because this is like a, so Mother Earth, or this 3D experience, whatever you want to call this, is a birth. It's birthing you to your new state, right? Moment by moment by moment by moment. There's another truck behind me. I think it's a nut. It might be a tow truck. Let me get in the other lane and let him pass, see what kind of truck this is. So everything is the cross, the blood of his cross each moment. So each moment, to move to your new state, you got to go through the blood of his cross, take up your cross, be in the flow. So look at this, see what this truck is. Custom pool, swimming pools. View, custom, VUE. A view. So you unfold the word view to see. V represents the cross. Custom. Design, build, renovate. So God designed this place. He built it, but he had to renovate it because Adam and Eve dropped us down into sin. We would have done the same thing. So this is a renovation. So not only is he renovating the earth, but he's renovating your heart. There's another Rubicon. So crossing a Jeep Rubicon. A second Rubicon. Another EMP. I saw that earlier. Crossing the Rubicon. So once you go through the blood of his cross, you can't go back. You've crossed the Rubicon. You can't go back to 3D. You can't go back and yoke up with the unsaved. Once you step into 5D and you go in this discipleship program with Jesus, you can't go backwards. You crossed the Rubicon. Once you got saved and you said, I'm going to be a disciple of Jesus and I'm going to take up my cross, you've crossed the Rubicon, you've crossed over, and you can't go back to 3D mindset. It's you just can't go backwards. Like when they left Egypt, they didn't go back to Egypt. Some of them cried, said, I want to go back to Egypt. And God swallowed up 20,000 of them because they didn't want to submit to the authority of Moses. 20,000 people got swallowed up because they were in rebellion. They got swallowed up. And you know, I let that truck go by because I want to see if that was another So once you cross the Rubicon, you're not going backwards. Just not going to happen. You made your decision to follow Jesus. Welcome athletes, body something. I got to see what that's a new sign up. So let's see what that says. There's really no new message, but there's a new sign. It says, don't be distracted. That's deadly. So that could be, once you cross the Rubicon, you become a disciple. Don't be distracted. You can't go back to 3D. Welcome athletes. Body armor. State games. So your state, your position, you're armored up in your state, in your position. You can't go back because you've crossed the Rubicon a long time ago. And if you're a disciple, you can't look back. You can't go back. You just can't go back. You just can't go back. Service. Broadway. First Bank, Broadway. Beast. Beauty and the Beast. So you can't go back to the brute beast paradigm. Carrying hands. I'm trying to put the puzzle pieces together here and see if there's a message. I'm not saying what I'm doing is even a message, but I think with the signs are everywhere. There's always a new message. There's always a new, deeper insight, always. You cross the Rubicon, you ain't going back, Jack. You can't go back. What are you going to go back to? Beggarly elements of the world? How can you go back to the beggarly elements of the world if you've tasted of that eternal life and of that eternal blessing and those truths? And people try to block you from expressing these truths. That guy's got space on the side of his van. Space. I want to see one more sign, then I'm done. Toro. We'll see one more sign. The signs are everywhere. Let's just see one more sign. You've crossed the Rubicon to be a disciple, taking up your cross. You can't go back to beast mode, which is the 3D flesh mind. There's a sign that said for rent. Gotta be one more sign to fill in the blanks of the message that I'm trying to decode here. Gotta have one more sign here. That guy's got him electric lawnmower, it looks like. Maybe not. Looks like electric. I gotta have one more sign, then my message is complete. And there's no new message. It's already been said before. I'm just having fun. This is just my kind of fun. I don't know. There's a bear on the I've never seen that before. A bear holding a balloon. Here's some little. That's different. I'm just looking for different stuff. They got all these decals on the car. A moon, a spiral, a cat. Another work truck. One more sign. One more remodeling a house. Trash bin. Might go take me a Spanish class over here at the college, and then I can go over here to the gym for free. Sign up for a Spanish class and go to the gymnasium, go to lift weights right down the street for free. Two dogs. She's two twin looking dogs. And she's wearing red. And she's walking two dogs. The lady in red walking two dogs. What's that about? What is that saying? The lady in red walking two dogs. We are open to and for the future. Body paint. So I see what's happening. So if you cross the Rubicon and the brute beast creatures, like the lady in red, the two dogs, if the lady in red, the dogs of this earth, the brute beast try to pull you back, because they're going into all kinds of crazy stuff. If they're addicted to certain things, they're addicted to other things, and it gets worse and worse. So if they don't cross the Rubicon and start to follow Jesus, they go into deeper and deeper, addictions with their body. Their body becomes an embodiment. They're addicted to the system, to the brute beast system. And it's all about the flesh. And it gets worse and worse and worse, right? And so what's happening is, that's what's happening. So if a person, okay, so here's the message. So if a person doesn't decide to follow Jesus and become a disciple of Jesus and rise up at higher levels of frequency, and see that God's way, tree service, tree is faith, tree, true, faithful faith, service. If a person chooses not to cross the Rubicon and follow Jesus into service and faith, then they're going down into brute beast mode, and they're going to be all kinds of addictions, just base nature addictions. The first thing that came to my mind: sex addictions, drugs, drinking, they're just going to be in addictions, and there's no way out, because they chose not to follow Christ and rise up. So they're just in a state of addiction. So it's going to get worse and worse, more brute beast. And so it's Jerry Springer, and it's even worse than Jerry Springer. Stuff came to my mind I'm not even going to talk about. But stuff came, it's like, it's just going to get worse and worse, and they're destroying themselves. They're destroying themselves, and they can't stop, because so you cross the Rubicon to seek God. They cross the Rubicon to become brute beast, even worse. Beauty and the Beast, right? that saw that sign, and I saw conveyance, transportation. So you're transporting to your new state. They're transporting to worse and worse states of being. And so it's like the vehicle that they're using, or you're using, or they're using, is your body. Your body's the vehicle. And you're either going to walk in the Spirit and become a new creature, and you're going to sell out to God, or you're going to use your body as a vehicle for the flesh. And Galatians 5:19, and it's just going to become more, they're going to just become more brute beast-like, and addictions and anger and wrath and sorcery and murder, and it's just going to get worse. And so that's what's happening. So the message is, your body, the earth, your body, everything is like a transport device. And the brute beast is going down. Okay, so here's what it is. So whoever it is, they're going to cross the Rubicon, and they're going to make a decision. They're either going to follow Jesus, or they're going to follow the devil. And if they follow the devil, it's going way down to the darkest of the darkest. It eventually leads to murder and the abuse to the hilt. So they cross the Rubicon, so their life just keeps going worse. If you're saved, you cross the Rubicon, and you're approaching the righteousness of Christ more and more each day. You're already a new creature. And so, what is this in front of me? Lawnmower, trailer, another conveyance device, tools, a lawnmower, rakes. The grass grows, the weeds grow, the grass grows, you trim it, you cut it. So what happens is, you have to be aware if any weeds from this dark side, from the old Adamic nature, try to dig in. You got to just cut it off. Yeah. You got to maintain your... Yeah, so that one truck was going this way. The other truck was going this way. It was carrying vehicles. Your body's the vehicle. So you cross the Rubicon, and I saw two Rubicons. So you either cross the Rubicon and become more evil, or you cross the Rubicon and you follow Jesus and become more righteous by his power. And the harder you try in your own strength, you get worse, and it's faith alone. So the more you die daily and the more works you try, you become like Cain. And Cain eventually became a murderer. And so all those things, those addictions that go way deep, they become more psychopathic. And so your vehicle is used to either become more psychopathic like the devil, or become more righteous like Jesus. There's two roads. And if you're trying to pull somebody out, they're going to cut you off. If they're trying to pull you down, you're going to cut them off. And so that's what's happening. Let's see if there's anything else. I saw Toro twice. I saw Toro twice on that lawnmower and on one of them trucks. Tor is an underground network. Torrent, a rushing river. Proline. Row your boat. T-O-R-O, T cross together. Let's see. your tour down here, T-O-U-R, tour, just like you tour a tour of duty in the military. This is a tour of duty down here. So you choose who you're going to follow. You're either going to follow the devil and the flesh and the world and the pride of life. So the money, the world, the flesh, or you're going to follow Jesus and take up your cross. And if he blesses you, he blesses you. If you try to bless yourself, you get worse. You become more greedy and more evil. Greed takes you down. So yeah, I've got the message. And so, because the word trailer is to trail, set a trail, right? Trail after, because that trailer follows after. So who you going to choose? Follow Jesus and follow after Jesus, or follow after the devil? And there's a point of no return when you cross that Rubicon and you decided to sell your soul to the devil, or you decided to follow Jesus and give your life to Jesus. And if you give your life to Jesus, if you lose your life, you save it. If you give your life to the devil, you're already dead. You have eternal life with Jesus. With the devil, you have nothing but death and hell. That's what's going to happen.